Today I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of Saint Elizabeth. Saint Elizabeth is also known as the mother of Saint John the Baptist and the cousin of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Long ago in the hills of Judah, a descendant of Aaron was born, and her name was Elizabeth. She was known not just for her beauty, but also for her devotion to God. Raised among priests and prophets, Elizabeth learned the scriptures not only with her mind, but with her heart. Her life was quiet, rooted in prayer, and she grew up to be a woman of deep faith. Later, she married a man named Zechariah, a priest like her forefathers. Together, they lived a righteous and a happy life. But there was a problem. Elizabeth was barren and couldn't bear a child. As the years passed and her hair grayed and her dream for a child seemed hopeless, one day, a miracle happened to the couple. While Zechariah was in the temple, Angel Gabriel appeared to him and told him that his wife of old age would bear a son and name him John. This son would one day prepare the way for the Lord. Zechariah doubted the angel, and so Gabriel made him unable to speak until the prophecy was fulfilled. Upon knowing this, Elizabeth was very joyful, but she kept it a secret. But as her belly grew, she was filled with amazement and prayed, "The Lord has done this for me and has taken away my disgrace." Later, when her young cousin Mary, who was also pregnant with Jesus, came to visit her, something remarkable happened. Upon her visit, Elizabeth's child leapt in her womb. Filled with the Holy Spirit, she cried out, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb." In that moment, two mothers, two miracles, and two destinies collided. This event is known as the Visitation, and it's celebrated in the Catholic Church every year. Later on, Elizabeth gave birth to Saint John the Baptist, and her husband Zechariah regained his ability to speak, just as the prophecy had promised. But when King Herod heard about the prophecy of the Messiah, he ordered the massacre of male babies under 2 years old. Upon learning this, Elizabeth fled to the wilderness to hide her baby John. When Herod's soldiers couldn't find Elizabeth, they went to Zechariah, who was at the temple, and demanded he tell them where his son was. When he refused, they killed him right there in the temple at the altar, making him a martyr. After that, Elizabeth, now a widow, lived secretly in the wilderness to make sure her son was safe and that the prophecy would be fulfilled. Although the Gospels don't really describe her later years, early Christian writings and traditions suggest she lived long enough to see John grow into his calling. Some Bible scholars even suggest Elizabeth was about 60 years old when she conceived John the Baptist. Since John began his ministry at the age of 30, this would mean that Elizabeth was likely around 90 years old at the time of her death. After she passed away, Saint Elizabeth was remembered as a truly holy woman. Over the centuries, devotion to her name grew, especially among couples who prayed for a child and believed their prayers were miraculously answered. Later on, the Church of the Visitation in Ein Kerem was built to honor the site of the famous visitation story of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Today, she is venerated as the patron saint of pregnant women and couples facing infertility. Her feast day is celebrated every 5th of November. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.